When you have to bring up the extreme example to prove your point, you're actually proving that you don't have a good one. And then one example of this is with unaliving young unborn babies. Typically, they'll talk about the exception to the rule and say, therefore, everyone should be allowed to. The problem with that is that not everyone is that exception. Similarly, unfortunately, there's a phrase, once saved, always saved, and it causes a lot of conflict. Those of us who believe in it call it eternal security. Unfortunately, the critics do the same thing. Instead of actually talking to us about what we believe and why it's biblical and why they think it's not, instead, they'll go directly to as far to the edge as possible to say, look, you're evil. They'll say, oh, well, it must be nice to just believe that you could be saved and just go on willy-nilly sinning all you want. No, none of us who believe in eternal security teach that at all. In fact, we would call out anyone who does as a false teacher. There are evidences in Scripture of salvation. Paul gives us the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians. James says, I'll show you my faith by my works. My works are the evidence that I have a living faith. So if you do good works, if you exhibit the fruit of the Spirit, and if you obey Christ and show love that way, you are exhibiting evidence that you're saved. But if you don't do those things, you probably aren't. And as John says in 1 John, in this passage, they went out from us because they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would have remained with us. But they went out, that it might be made manifest that they are not of us.